If you're a H2 Math student, vectors is one of those chapters that is very hard to tackle if you don't know how to visualize the concepts intuitively. So in this video, I want to make sure that you are able to visualize how the vector equation of a line is being derived. And it's actually very simple the minute you're able to see it. So over here, we first define what makes up the vector equation of the line. This A over here, it represents a point that lies on the line, right? A point that lies on the line, right? And essentially is the position vector of a point that lies on the line, followed by the direction vector of the line. So this is the direction vector, right? And then we are able to multiply this direction vector with a scalar to extend how much we want to go forward or backwards in the direction vector. So everything starts with point A first, right? A point that lies on the line. So imagine my origin is here. I'm just going to scroll down a bit. My origin is here, and let's say A is here, right? So from O to A, I will take A bar, right? Which is this over here. And then once I'm at here, right? Once I'm at A bar, I can go in any direction, front or back, in the direction of D bar. So I can go in this direction, D bar, or I can go in this direction, negative D bar, right? And what you realize is that if I go backwards, it's just a scalar multiple of the forward one, right? I'm just taking negative 1 times D bar. And then over here is 1 times D bar. But if let's say I want to go all the way here, then what I'll do is that I'll take this direction vector and then I'll multiply it with a scalar, right? K D bar, to extend the direction, to extend the length. But you realize that when I multiply the K, which is essentially this scalar, the direction doesn't change, right? It still remains one straight line. So the whole idea behind it is that from O, I can walk to A first. When I walk to A, that is A bar. And then from A here, I can walk forward or backwards in the direction of D bar with a scalar multiple over there. And this scalar multiple can be positive or negative. If I want it to flip the direction, I'll just put a negative scalar over there. And that's how we eventually are able to walk anywhere along this line over here, which correlate to the vector equation of the line. So I hope that this explanation makes things clear for you. And if you're still struggling to visualize vectors or any other concept in your H2 Math syllabus, watch this video next. So if you're struggling to understand your JC concepts, be it if you're in J1 or J2, we all know that H2 Math can be very difficult, especially when your school goes through the concept very quickly, and in the end you're just forced to learn everything by yourself. But fret not, because what I've done is that I've created an entire resource, a whole library to teach you the H2 Math syllabus from scratch. As you can see over here, I've literally filmed a course for every single chapter, so from sequences and series all the way until the end, which is your correlation and regression, right? The last topic in J2. So for all 16 chapters in your H2 Math syllabus, I filmed a course for every single chapter. And for example, if we take a look at sequences and series, what I've done is that I've broken down every single chapter into modular portions again, right? So for the first part over here, under learning objectives and learning materials and resources, what you can do is you can download all of my handwritten notes that I've created for this chapter and also just use it for your own revision. Apart from that, I teach every single chapter from scratch again. So for instance, let's say the definitions of sequences and series, right? This is the first concept. I literally go through in depth over here and teach you the concept from scratch. And not only that, but you will also be able to get hands-on practice with my guided approach through showing you how to tackle the usual type of questions that usually come up for exams, as you can see over here, right? So I go through every single question in depth, go through every single question in detail so that you will know how to tackle these type of questions in the exam situation, right? So I don't just give you the answer, I give you my thought process as well. And I basically do this for every single chapter in the H2 Math syllabus. So if you want to get your hands on this resource, it's super helpful in helping you to really get crystal clear on what it is that you need to learn in your syllabus and what things that you can ignore so that you don't waste time. And if you want more information about this library, be it if you're in J1 or J2 or even a private candidate, this resource will help you in your revision and you can literally self-study the whole subject all by yourself just by referring to this. For more information about this library, WhatsApp the number on the screen over here and I'll send you more details about the library as well as more information about our premium 24/7 turnaround marking service that we provide for all library subscribers. I look forward to seeing you on WhatsApp over here.